Good morning from day 4. Last night was very challenging. I didn't sleep much with the windstorm, but it's beautiful this morning. I was hoping to make it to a ridge for sunrise. That's a couple miles away, but I didn't sleep well, so I slept in a little bit. Now I'm just packing up. I'm gonna try to get some of the dust out of my tent that's all up in my tent, and hit the trail in 15-20 minutes. Checked on my blisters this morning. They're not great, so I'm excited to get to town tomorrow night and let them heal up for a little bit. Yeah, doing okay otherwise, just really tired, and I'll check in with you later today. Started the trail at about a little after 7:30 this morning. Going a little slow. My blister's really killing me today. I actually really hate these dirt roads that have like all these sharp rocks on them. They really kill my feet. So that's what we're dealing with, but we're okay. Today's the first day where I'm a little like, oh, I gotta walk now. Like, I wasn't super excited to get up and walk. This is now officially my longest backpacking trip. Day 4, longest day on trail. Walked 50 miles as of yesterday total in 3 days, which is feels really good. Not as fast as others, but it's not a race, and that's an accomplishment. I'm pretty proud of myself, so trying to hold on to that feeling today. Water cache is in 6.2 miles. And I'll probably stop for breakfast in a couple miles. Cold soaking oats this morning. I'm pretty excited. They taste like Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I haven't seen enough cows this trip yet. I've seen a handful at water tank yesterday, and then 2 kind of off on their own yesterday in the distance. But I'd love to see more cows. For as much cow poop as I'm seeing, I'd love to see more cows. If you didn't know, they are my favorite animal. I think they are funny and beautiful. They have the beautiful eyes, big brown eyes, and they are so fun. If you ever get to know a social cow, they love scratches and they love to cuddle you, and I have been fortunate enough to know some good cows in my lifetime, so yeah, they're my favorite animal. Kind of a cloudy day. The wind is still going, but nothing like yesterday. I think it'll pick up in a little bit, but for now it's just pretty cold and very overcast for New Mexico. It's not very normal here. I slept really good last night though, because it was a little colder and I was able to not be too sweaty. I'm not gonna take any water out of this tank, but I do want to go look at it. Just endless cow crap. Luckily, cow crap doesn't bother me. It doesn't smell. It's literally just processed grass. It hardens up in New Mexico really quickly, so it's just like dirt. I would totally drink that. There's a ton of algae, but if I needed water, that is not the most disgusting thing. I can't remember if I said this yesterday, but my water filter, I haven't had to filter water until yesterday because the CDT if you take their shuttle to the terminus, they provide you water in 5 cache boxes between the Mexico border and Lordsburg, so across about 80 miles. There's 5 different points where water is cached for you. So I've been drinking that day 1 and day 2. And then day 3, I got to a water tank that a rancher lets hikers drink from. It was the first time I needed to filter water. So I pull out my filter and it is dripping. Like, oh, I think I did talk about this actually, but anyways, that was my character builder yesterday. And yeah, this morning I pulled out my Aquamira tabs so I can filter or, you know, clean any water that I need to. There are 2 more caches. I'm headed to one now, 6 miles away, and then another after that. But I'll definitely need water in between those 2 for the next 35-ish miles. So yeah. So my challenges so far have been that wind and dust storm yesterday, which left me and everything I own covered in dust and very little sleep because of the wind. And then my filter breaking and my blister. And what else? Oh, this is a little thing, but my hair, because of like the sweat and the salt that it leaves and the dust, is so tangly. So this morning, the reason I didn't get out of the tent till 7:30 was because I just wanted to like feel better. So I cleaned my nails, I brushed my teeth really good, didn't do that last night, and brushed my hair really good and braided it differently to hopefully avoid some snags. So the extra 30 minutes was for self-care. I also retaped my blisters and put on fresh socks. So I think it was 30 minutes well spent. Look at these stunning mountains behind me. Camera doesn't do it justice as always, but they're quite beautiful. All right, that's it for now. I will check in later. I spy cows in the distance. I don't think the camera can unless you have a really sharp eye. Let's see, I'll stop. Yeah, you're not going to be able to see them. But those black dots on the mountain are cows. All right. The cows have moved on. They were just over there on that ridge, but it looks like we are going to go through those mountains, down this one and up through those 2, if I'm reading the signs correctly. It's really not that hard of a trail, but the terrain is just so varied. It really hurts your feet, but nothing has been particularly difficult yet. Here's some of the parts that make this trail challenging. It's just like little ditches and arroyos and washes that there's no real trail for a second, and then you just have to like scramble a little bit. So like now I have to scramble up this, like not that bad, but like this is what slows me down at least, is getting up these little annoying cliffs. It's not that the trail is like super challenging or anything, but there's just little pieces that make it a little extra hard. But I'm almost up to the saddle. I can't wait to see what's on the other side of that ridge. That's where we came from. And I'm almost to the top of the saddle. Let's see what the view is like and what's next for us on this hike. Oh, wow. Wow. It's hard to capture on camera the depth. But you can just see forever. I decided to stop at this saddle that I just showed you for breakfast. You can actually see Lordsburg in the distance for real this time, which is pretty exciting. And I think for this section we're out of the mountains, so I'll go down this ridge, and it's hilly down there, but I think we're out of the mountainous section, so that'll be fun. Yeah, I'm gonna have some oatmeal, take a potty break, make a hotel reservation, and then hit the trail again. I'm moving really slow today, so once this break is over, it's all about business, and I probably won't record too much. Oats, protein powder, chia seeds, powdered milk, cinnamon, salt, brown sugar. Pretty good. Water cache box 4, the second to last water cache box on the CDT. Got a little lost navigating this ranch. It's full of fences that just stretch on forever. And there's no trail anymore whatsoever. So I think I finally see a CDT sign in the distance, but this section has been really lacking in signage. A rare moment of low wind. It'll pick up any second here, but I am about 3 miles away from water, which is my next stop, which I might camp at. And I was really hoping to skirt those mountains for the next section after I get through all this farm and yucca brush. But I'm gonna have to go basically between that peak and that one, which is called Pyramid Mountain. So no such luck. Not sure where I'm gonna camp tonight. I'm gonna get to water. I'd love to go another mile or two after water to make a 17 or 18 mile day instead of a 16, but I really don't want to go any higher up than I need to because the wind is still crazy. We're still in the middle of a windstorm, and it's just the further up you are, the stronger, I guess. ice, and the harder it is to pitch a tent, and the harder it is to sleep. So it might be a 16-mile day. I'm gonna try to go for more. Getting real tired. My feet frickin' kill. My friends are behind me quite a bit. They stop for more frequent breaks. I stop for longer, less frequent breaks, but they'll be at the water tank as well with me, because it's the only source of water until the 5th water cache, which is I think it was 20 miles away from the last one, so not gonna hit that today. Yeah, gonna be in Lawrenceburg tomorrow. I'm gonna take a 0 if I haven't said that already. I have a couple blisters that are really hurting me, and I'd like to let them have a rest before I continue on trail. And I'm not super daydreaming about food yet. It's a little early to be like daydreaming about town food, I think. But I am excited for like having a Denny's breakfast. I love breakfast food, so that'll be fun. And most importantly, a shower and just wiping off my gear from the dust storm last night, washing all my clothes. That's the most exciting. All right, wind's picking up again. I will check back in with you at the water tank. Finally made it to the tank. That was the slowest 9 miles I have ever walked in my entire life. I am hobbling. This blister and just my feet getting sore. Today was a very slow day. Let's check out the water tank. For the movement, the wind is so crazy. Ooh, it's fun. Put down my trekking poles. This is one I will be drinking. I really do have to drink this water. That wasn't a joke. I can't film and scoop water at the same time. And it's really close. I'm gonna put the camera away. Oh, it is 8:09, 8:10, and I just set up my tent. It was a whole ordeal tonight. I set up my tent about 1.5 miles back, and it just wasn't fitting there, in a little wash. And then my friends came up and were like, we're going past you to 1.6 where there's supposedly reliable campsites. I was like, cool, I'm gonna follow you if that's okay. And they were like, of course. So then we trudged out there, and they didn't go all the way. I was already like so tired, but I was like motivated by them. They didn't even finish, and now I'm here setting up my tent in the dark. It is a better spot though than what I had. Still windy, but better. And I'm so ready for dinner in bed now. All right, good night from day 4.